home and keep it in her small wooden box where she kept her treasures. The next morning, when Lila opened the box to look at the stone again, she found a beautiful necklace instead. The stone had turned into a lovely necklace with sparkling gems. Lila went to Sita's house, wearing the beautiful necklace. When Sita saw the necklace, her eyes widened with envy. Once upon a time, there was a small village with beautiful trees, colorful flowers, and happy people. The village was surrounded by green hills, and a clear river flowed nearby. Everyone in the village knew each other and lived in peace. Among the villagers were two best friends, Lila and Sita. Lila and Sita grew up together. They went to the same school, played in the same fields, and shared many dreams. Lila was known for her kind heart. She helped everyone, and always had a smile on her face. Sita, however, was different. She loved Lila as a friend but was often jealous of her. She wanted everything that Lila had, and she could never feel happy for her friend's success. One sunny day, Lila was walking by the river. She loved the sound of the water and the cool breeze. As she walked, she saw something shiny in the water. She bent down and picked it up. It was a small, shiny stone, glowing in the sunlight. Lila smiled and thought it was very pretty. She decided to take it home and keep it in her small wooden box where she kept her treasures. The next morning, when Lila opened the box to look at the stone again, she found a beautiful necklace instead. The stone had turned into a lovely necklace with sparkling gems. Lila was very surprised and happy. She put on the necklace and felt like the luckiest girl in the village. She wanted to share her happiness with her best friend, Sita. Lila went to Sita's house, wearing the beautiful necklace. When Sita saw the necklace, her eyes widened with envy. "Where did you get that necklace?" she asked, trying to hide her jealousy. Lila smiled and said, "I found a shiny stone by the river, and when I woke up this morning, it had turned into this necklace. Isn't it beautiful?" Sita nodded, but inside, she was burning with jealousy. She wanted the necklace for herself. That night, Sita couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the necklace and how lucky Lila was. She decided to go to the river the next day and look for a shiny stone. 2. The next morning, Sita woke up early and went to the river. She spent hours looking for a shiny stone. She walked up and down the riverbank, searching every corner, but she found nothing. She was tired and frustrated. As she walked back home, she couldn't stop thinking about Lila's luck. Sita's jealousy grew stronger. Days passed, and Sita kept searching for a stone by the river, but she never found one. She became more and more jealous of Lila. She stopped talking to her friend and started avoiding her. Lila noticed the change in Sita and felt sad, but she didn't know what to do. One evening, while Lila was helping her mother cook dinner, there was a knock on the door. Lila opened the door and saw an old woman standing there. The woman looked tired and hungry. Lila welcomed her in, gave her some food, and let her rest. The old woman was very grateful. "Thank you, my dear," the old woman said. "You have a kind heart. I want to give you something special." She took out a small golden ring from her bag and handed it to Lila. "This ring will bring you more luck and happiness. Always be kind and generous." Lila thanked the old woman and put the ring in her wooden box. The old woman blessed Lila and left. That night, Lila dreamed of happy things and felt very peaceful. The next day, Lila told Sita about the old woman and the golden ring. Sita's jealousy flared up again. She couldn't believe Lila's luck. She thought of a plan to get the ring for herself. She decided to sneak into Lila's house at night and steal the ring. That night, when everyone was asleep, Sita quietly left her house and went to Lila's home. She knew where Lila kept her wooden box. She tiptoed into Lila's room, found the box, and took the ring. She quickly ran back to her house, feeling excited about her clever plan. The next morning, Sita woke up and put on the ring, expecting to feel lucky and happy. But something strange happened. As soon as she wore the ring, it started to feel heavy on her finger. Her hand began to hurt, and the ring felt like it was burning her skin. Sita tried to take off the ring, but it wouldn't budge. She cried out in pain and fear. Her cries woke up her parents, who rushed to her room. They tried to help her remove the ring, but nothing worked. Sita was in great pain. Suddenly, the old woman appeared in the room. She looked at Sita with sad eyes and said, "This ring was meant for a kind and generous heart. Your jealousy and greed have brought this curse upon you." Lila heard about Sita's trouble and ran to her house. When she saw her friend in pain, she felt very sad. Despite everything, Lila still cared about Sita. She turned to the old woman and pleaded, "Please forgive her and take away the curse. She is my best friend, and I can't see her in pain." The old woman looked at Lila and said, "Lila, your kind heart is truly special. I will lift the curse, but only if Sita promises to change her ways and be happy for others' happiness." Sita, with tears streaming down her face, promised to change. She asked Lila for forgiveness and vowed to be a better person. The old woman nodded and lifted the curse. The ring fell off Sita's finger, and she was free from the pain. From that day on, Sita changed her ways. She tried to be kind and generous like Lila. She stopped feeling jealous of others and started to be happy for their happiness. Lila and Sita's friendship grew stronger, and they became closer than ever. The villagers noticed the change in Sita and praised her for becoming a better person. Sita learned that true happiness comes from being kind and content with what you have. She also realized that jealousy only brings pain and trouble. Lila continued to live her life with kindness and generosity. She helped everyone in the village and shared her happiness with others. Her good deeds did not go unnoticed. The villagers loved and respected her. Lila's good fortune continued to grow, and she found many more treasures by the river. Every time Lila found something valuable, she shared it with Sita and the other villagers. She believed that happiness should be shared, and her actions made the village a better place. The villagers started to follow Lila's example, and the whole village became known for its kindness and generosity. Sita worked hard to change her ways. She helped Lila with her chores, and tried to be happy for others' successes. Slowly, the villagers began to trust her again. They saw that she was truly trying to be a better person. One day, Sita found a small, shiny stone by the river, just like Lila had. She took it home and put it in a box. The next morning, the stone had turned into a beautiful bracelet. Sita was overjoyed but remembered her promise. She went to Lila and showed her the bracelet. "Lila, look what I found. But I want to share it with you," Sita said. Lila smiled and hugged her friend. "I'm happy for you, Sita. You deserve it." Sita felt a warmth in her heart. She realized that sharing her happiness made it even greater. From that day on, Sita never felt jealous again. She understood that true happiness comes from being kind and sharing with others. The village decided to celebrate a festival of kindness every year. They called it a Lila Festival. During the festival, everyone in the village would do something kind for someone else. They would share their food, help with chores, and give gifts to those in need. The festival brought the villagers even closer together. Laila and Sita played an important role in the festival. They organized events, helped the elderly, and made sure everyone felt included. The festival became famous, and people from neighboring villages came to see it. They were inspired by the kindness and generosity of the villagers. As the years passed, the village became very prosperous. The kindness and generosity of the villagers attracted good fortune. The fields were always green, the harvests were plentiful. And the river flowed with clear, fresh water. The villagers lived in peace and harmony. Laila and Sita continued to be best friends. They always shared their happiness. The story of Laila and Sita teaches us that jealousy and greed bring nothing but trouble. Being kind and happy for others' success brings true happiness and good fortune.